Yeah, because if you're wrong, everyone likes to come down on you, and if you're right, nobody really. It does benefit. The truth is, it does benefit you if you're right. There's just people get so hurt by the negativity when you're wrong, and so yeah, I think that just discourages a lot of people, and a lot of people would prefer to be vague and prefer to have like they're not just going to pull out, okay, I'm 100% on this position. I'm putting my flag in the ground and saying this is how I feel. They'd rather just be like, oh, interesting, and with a screenshot of a chart, and that you could kind of read it both ways, and then they'll come back and be like, see, I told you, or they'll just let it disappear,
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where I just left Curb. I just didn't care. Like, I knew that I would get negative feedback, because anytime you post in the markets with any sort of definitive positioning, people are going to get pissed one way or the other, especially if you're shorting. So that's what happened. So I basically rode all of those coins in 2024 and then shorted the markets completely. Pretty much this year, as soon as Trump got inaugurated, I was like, okay, whatever that Trump promised, he will likely deliver on, but he cannot exceed whatever he already promised. Mm-hmm. So at that time, prices already pumped to like 100K. And I was like, all right, this seems pretty toppy. And then the night before the inauguration, price really spiked to like 110 grand. I was like, all right, this further solidifies that this is a sell the news event, and there's clear invalidations for whatever is going to happen. So then I shorted and then made a series of videos about it, and people got really upset. People were pissed. I mean, I got blocked by a lot of people, like a lot of hate comments. But ultimately, that was one of my biggest trades ever. Made another 8 figs from that, because I was very heavily short on both Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, like pretty much everything from that ecosystem. And at the same time, actually before that, that was the whole Trump coin saga, where I had another big win just before that, where I was one of the first people to hop into Trump coin like a few minutes after it launched. And it was maybe around like maybe $3 or $4, like hopped into that, and then rode all the way to like $60, $70, was taking profits along the way, but that was another like 15, 20 mil off that one trade alone. And I made a series of videos telling everyone that you have to left curve this. Like, there's no way that this doesn't go to at least $10 billion, if not exceeding like maybe Shiba or Doge market cap. It could. And that was a very asymmetric trade, because the downside is that it's fake, or that, maybe he, says that it's not right. Then you lose maybe 40, 50%. But if you win, you could win 400, 500, 1,000%. So that for me was the make it trade. And shortly afterwards was shorting everything, and I was the villain for a while, and then longed everything as soon as we sort of hit like 75 to 80K afterwards. So that's kind of where I am now, where like I made a series of like very sort of good moves across the market, across multiple cycles, and try to apply this, idea of asymmetry and this idea of, left curving to a lot of other aspects of my life nowadays, more towards private markets and trying to expand my network and my net worth as much as possible within those sectors.